The call came on a quiet Tuesday afternoon as Dana Brooks, VP of Operations at a thriving tech firm, flipped through quarterly reports in her glass-walled office. Her assistant had just dropped off coffee when her phone rang. "Miss Brooks," the caller asked sharply. "This is Sandra from Harborline Trust Bank. I'm calling about your overdue payments on the beach house loan." Dana sat upright, confused. "I think you've made a mistake," she replied. "I've never taken a loan with Harborline Trust." Sandra paused, then continued. "The loan was taken 3 months ago, secured against 2148 Shoreline Avenue. You're behind by $12,000. Dana's breath caught. That house, her sanctuary, was fully paid for. She bought it in cash last year. "There's no way. I own that house outright," she said, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "I have the signed documentation in front of me," Sandra said, flipping papers audibly on the other end. "The loan is for $450,000. You're the primary borrower. Your parents, Harold and Linda Brooks, are listed as co-signers." Dana froze. Her parents. She hadn't even spoken to them in over a month. "Send me everything," she said, jotting down the bank's email address. As she waited, a flurry of emotions coursed through her. Dana was 36, a self-made woman who had clawed her way up from nothing. She put herself through school, built a career, and rewarded herself with that beach house. It wasn't just a property, it was a promise to herself. Her inbox pinged. The PDFs had arrived. She opened the file and stared at her own signature, or a forgery that looked just like it. Below it, her parents' names glared at her in cold black ink. Dana didn't waste time. "Still on the line," she said. "I need to look into this. You'll hear from me or my attorney soon." Then she hung up and immediately called Mika, her closest friend since college and her financial lawyer. "Check your email," Dana said urgently when Mika picked up. "Tell me those documents aren't real." While Mika reviewed the files, Dana opened her banking app. Everything looked intact on the surface. The deed was still in her name, but a nagging dread settled in her stomach. Then her phone buzzed. A text from her father read, "Family dinner tonight at 6. We need to talk. Bring the beach house keys. There's a maintenance issue." Dana read the message twice, her hands trembling. The casual audacity. They had no idea she knew. Mika called back within minutes, her voice sharp. "Dana, these documents are professionally forged. The notary stamp belongs to Palmer Jenkins. Isn't he your parents' old friend?" Dana's jaw tightened. Palmer had been a regular presence at family events, always with legal advice and a phony smile. "Yes," she said quietly. "He's practically their legal cheerleader." Mika's tone lowered. "You need to play this smart. Don't confront them yet. Go to dinner. Act like you know nothing. Let's figure out how deep this goes." Dana agreed, hanging up and staring out her office window. The sun dipped toward the horizon, the sky streaked with gold and gray. Her phone lit up again. More texts from her mother. "Wear something nice. Uncle Drew and Kendra will be there. Don't be late." Dana barely resisted the urge to throw her phone across the room. By 5:55 p.m., Dana pulled into her parents' driveway and immediately noticed the sleek new Mercedes parked out front. The same people begging her for help had somehow upgraded their car. The door swung open before she knocked. "Darling," her mother chirped, air kissing her cheeks. "You look exhausted, always working yourself too hard." Dana smiled tightly. "You know me, Mom." The house smelled like her mother's famous beef casserole, the one she used to make on special occasions. Dana walked through the hallway past the photos of her as a child, smiling, unaware of how her future would be hijacked by the very people in those pictures. In the dining room, Uncle Drew and his wife Kendra were already seated. Her father came out of his study with open arms. "There's my superstar," he boomed. "Did you bring the keys?" Dana reached into her purse, brushing her fingers against the beach house keys. "Of course," she said smoothly. "Right here." Her father's eyes gleamed as he extended his hand. But Dana didn't move. He held the keys just out of reach. "What kind of maintenance are we talking about?" she asked casually. Her father hesitated, then said, "Just some issues with the deck railings. You know beach properties, they always need work." Dana watched his eyes closely. He was lying. She knew it. "Let's eat," her mother called cheerfully. Dana walked into the dining room, taking her usual seat at the end of the table. Uncle Drew raised a glass, but Dana only half listened. Her mind was spinning. So, Dana said, picking at her food. What's the big family matter we're here to discuss? Her parents exchanged glances. Her mother sat up straighter. Her father leaned forward. We've been thinking about retirement, he began. Dana nodded. Sounds nice. What's the plan? Her mother dabbed her lips with a napkin. Well, we've had some financial difficulties. The economy hasn't been kind. Dana blinked. Difficulties? Like what? Her father gave a small chuckle. Just some unfortunate market losses. But nothing we can't recover from with a little help. Dana's voice remained calm. And by help you mean? Her father smiled. The beach house. If we sell it now, we can pay off everything and retire comfortably. Dana placed her fork down carefully. You want to sell my house? She asked, keeping her tone neutral. It's the logical solution, her mother said quickly. You're doing well. You don't even live there full time. Dana nodded slowly. Right. Because I worked for years, paid every cent myself, and bought that house in cash. Her father raised a hand. We're your parents. Everything you have started with us. Dana's stomach churned. So you forged my signature? Took out a loan without telling me? The room froze. Kendra stopped mid-bite. Uncle Drew looked up. Her father's smile vanished. Who have you been talking to? He demanded. Harborline Trust called today, Dana said flatly. I've already involved my attorney. The silence turned icy. Dana, let's not make this dramatic, her mother said stiffly. We always supported you. Dana's laugh was dry. Supported me? Like when you used my college fund at the casino. Or opened credit cards in my name when I was 18. Her father looked uncomfortable. We paid those off eventually. That's not the point, Dana snapped. You sabotaged me for years. And now you want to steal my house? With Palmer's help. Her father's face turned pale. Leave Palmer out of this. Why? Is he just as nervous as you about going to jail? Dana stood. You have 24 hours to come clean. Or I'm going to the police. You wouldn't dare, her father growled, but his voice trembled. Try me. Dana grabbed her purse. And the beach house keys. I changed the locks last week. Her father's mouth opened in shock. Dana turned to leave. Oh, and Mom, she added, glancing back at the table. The casserole's dry. Just like always. As she walked out, she heard Kendra whisper, What did you two do? Outside, Dana's hands trembled as she dialed Mika. Time to move to phase 2, she said. How fast can you get the fraud charges ready? First thing tomorrow, Mika promised. Dana looked back at the house. The game was over. They just didn't know it yet. Mika's office looked like a strategy war room the next morning. Her desk was covered in documents. Bank statements, forged loan forms, trust records. Dana sat beside her, eyes scanning every highlighted line. Look here, Mika said, pointing at a folder. Your grandmother's trust specifically prohibits using any property as collateral without your written approval. And these documents show Palmer backdated a form claiming the trust was dissolved. Dana clenched her jaw. But I have the original trust papers. Still active. Mika nodded. Exactly. And that's what makes this whole loan invalid. Dana's phone buzzed. Another message from her father. Please call us. We can explain everything. She tossed the phone aside. There's more, Mika added, turning to her monitor. I had my assistant dig deeper into your bank accounts. A spreadsheet popped up showing small withdrawals, $500 here, $1,200 there, over the past 5 years. Dana stared at the screen. They've been skimming off my accounts all this time? Her voice cracked. That's theft. Just then a knock at the office door made them both turn. It was Dana's younger sister, Bella, looking uneasy. She stepped inside, clutching her designer handbag like it was a life raft. I need to talk, she said softly. About Mom and Dad. Dana crossed her arms. What exactly do you know, Bella? Bella hesitated. I didn't know about the loan, not really. But I heard them talking about the beach house. I warned them they were going too far. She sat, her eyes downcast. They said you owed them. That you got everything while I got nothing. I believed them. Dana blinked, stunned. You thought I had it easy? Bella, do you remember when I couldn't rent an apartment in college? I had to work 3 jobs and live in a basement because they ruined my credit. Bella looked up confused. They told me you were just bad with money. Dana pulled out her phone and showed her old credit reports. No. They maxed out cards in my name before I was 19. Bella went pale. I didn't know. Mika slid another document across the desk. Remember those savings bonds Grandma gave you two for college? Bella nodded slowly. They said the bank lost them. Dana spoke up. They cashed them. Both of ours. Look at the dates. Bella's hand shook as she read the paper. Right before my first semester. They said we couldn't afford tuition and made me take out loans. Tears welled up in her eyes. They lied to me. They stole from me too. Dana nodded. They played us against each other. We were easier to control that way. What do we do? Bella asked. We file charges, Mika said firmly. The forged loan documents are criminal. Palmer's involvement makes it worse. But we have to move smart. Dana's phone rang again, an unknown number. She answered. Ms. Brooks? This is Officer Kent with the Housing Authority. There are inconsistencies in your property records, particularly the foreclosure application. Dana put him on speaker. What does that mean? Officer Kent replied, it could delay any foreclosure proceedings by months. With the trust involved, we'll have to investigate thoroughly. Mika nodded with satisfaction. Perfect. That buys us time to uncover more. Dana hung up and looked at Bella. Are you in this with me? Bella nodded quickly. Yes. They took my future too. I want to help fix this. Dana looked at her sister. Really looked and saw a girl manipulated just like she had been. Mika began organizing files into folders. We start with Palmer. Then we go after every piece of this. Dana pulled out the original trust documents. We'll dismantle the lie piece by piece. Her phone buzzed again. Another message from her father. Dinner tonight. Please come. We can resolve this. Dana's lips curled into a half smile. They want to resolve it? Fine. Dinner was her mother's idea. To clear the air, she had said. Dana arrived early, cool and composed. Her mother was busy in the kitchen, stirring her famous pot roast. The bank called again, Dana said casually, helping set the plates. Her mother's hand froze momentarily. Really? Banks are always making mistakes lately. Frauds everywhere. Interesting, Dana replied. Palmer seemed nervous when I bumped into him yesterday. The spoon clattered onto the counter. Before her mother could reply, the doorbell rang. Bella arrived with Neil, her now ex-boyfriend, and the realtor Dana's parents had tried to use to sell the house. Neil looked like he wanted to disappear. Dana smiled politely. Her father walked in, cheerfully oblivious. How's the beach house? He asked. Very secure, Dana said calmly. Dinner began in silence until everyone had wine in hand. Dana set down her glass. I met with Harborline Trust's fraud department today, she said evenly. They're launching a full audit. Her father's fork froze midair. Her mother snapped, Must we talk about this now? Why not? Dana replied. Like when you promised my college fund was safe? Neil dropped his napkin. Maybe I should go. Stay, Dana said. You knew about the loan, didn't you? Neil shifted uncomfortably. I didn't know everything. But enough to list the house? Dana asked. Her father stood up. We can settle this privately. Dana leaned forward. Like you settled Bella's savings bonds? Bella looked up. Tell them what you told me, Neil. He sighed. Palmer had me backdate property assessments. He said it was just paperwork. Her father turned red. You had no right to involve him, he snapped. Dana stood up and placed her phone on the table. Everything's documented. I've recorded every detail. One call and it all comes out. Her mother paled. You wouldn't. Try me. Bella chimed in. Family doesn't steal from family. Be quiet, their mother hissed. You're ungrateful. No, Dana said. She gets to speak. So do I. Her father looked tired. What do you want? Confess, Dana said. To the bank. To the police. To everyone. Her mother's voice cracked. You'll ruin us. You ruined yourselves, Dana said, grabbing her purse. You have until noon tomorrow. After that, it goes public. Her father looked defeated. And if we refuse? Dana turned at the door. I have a journalist waiting for the green light. Stories already written. The silence behind her was confirmation enough. That evening, back at her beach house, Dana sipped wine as Bella arrived with a heavy box. Mom's closet, she said. More statements. Grandma's checkbook. Even old fake IDs. Dana flipped through the evidence. Neil confessed everything. I broke up with him. Bella smiled faintly. Turns out I don't like cowards. Dana's phone lit up. A message from Officer Kent. Audit triggered. Multiple accounts flagged. The feds are involved. Then another from an unknown number. Detective Harlow from Financial Crimes. We'd like your statement about the fraud. Dana showed Bella. No turning back now. Good, Bella said. They deserve this. The next morning, reporters flooded the courthouse steps. Dana and Bella walked past them heads high. Inside, the judge read out charges. Fraud, forgery, financial exploitation. Their parents stood in orange jumpsuits, unrecognizable. How do the defendants plead? Not guilty, their lawyer said. Of course. During recess, Bella showed Dana her phone. News sites lit up with headlines. Prominent couple accused of stealing from daughters. Another girl had come forward. Someone their parents tried to scam last year. A courthouse official approached Dana. Your home is clear of all claims. The fraudulent loan has been invalidated. Dana held the envelope tightly. Back in court, the prosecutor laid everything bare. Palmer's confession, bank records, forged papers. Spectators gasped as more revelations came. Even their mother's bridge club testified. Turns out she ran a pyramid scheme through them. Bond was denied. As her parents were led away in cuffs, her mother looked straight at Dana. We raced you better than this. Dana stood. No. You raced me to clean up your messes. That ends today. Outside, a reporter asked, Ms. Brooks, what would you say to others facing family betrayal? Dana faced the camera. Speak up. Trust should be earned, even from your parents. That night, Dana began writing checks to other victims. You don't owe them anything, Bella said. I know, Dana replied. But maybe I can help make things right. Another message came in. Detective Harlow, your mother's bridge club turned over more evidence. More charges are coming. Dana stared out the window at their parents' old country club, now buzzing with gossip. Bella poured wine. To karma, she asked. Dana shook her head. To truth. It always comes out eventually. The waves crashed in the distance. They couldn't hurt them anymore. Not financially. Not emotionally. Not ever again. The verdict came in early autumn. 8 years in state prison plus restitution and supervised release. Dana stood with Bella as the gavel struck. Especially Grandma's trust? Bella whispered. Split evenly, Mika confirmed, smiling. Outside, Dana told reporters, some doors need to stay closed forever. But some bonds, like the one between sisters who fought back, grow stronger with every storm. That evening they stood on the beach as the sun dipped low. Dana pulled the original beach house keys from her pocket. What are you going to do? Bella asked. Dana smiled and threw them into the ocean. Close the chapter. For good. Moral lesson. Family does not give anyone the right to exploit trust. Stand up for yourself no matter who's on the other side. Because real love doesn't manipulate and true strength is knowing when to say enough.